Jordan realized after just 1 year in the league that getting buckets in the NBA was actually easier than college. He averaged 17.7 back in his college days, but in the pros, he barely broke a sweat. To drop a cool 28.2 points per game, while other rookies were still struggling to adjust, MJ skipped the line and went straight into superstar mode, putting up legendary numbers as a first-year player. He reached his peak the second he stepped on the floor. When people started wondering how a rookie could be this dominant, the blueprint was right there in his scouting report. 6'6", barefoot, with a massive 7'2" wingspan, and a standing reach that touched nearly 9 feet. But that wasn't all. Those massive mitts and elite Achilles tendons were already on a historical level for the NBA. His hands measured nearly 10 inches long and over 11 inches wide, ranking 8th all-time in the NBA for hand size. His Achilles tendon was over 11 inches long, sitting at 5th best in the history of the game. That kind of physical profile is top tier for any guard to ever play. When it came to pure athleticism, Jordan was in a league of his own. He could clock 100 meters in 11 seconds flat, and his max vertical was a staggering 46 inches. But the real cheat code was his core strength. That powerful frame gave him unmatched body control and balance. Stats showed Jordan could hang in the air for 0.92 seconds, only a fraction of a second away from the human limit. Regarding his strengths, scouts broke it down into a few key points. First was that elite physical foundation. The high reach and the huge hands made him an unstoppable finisher at the rim. He had all the tools to be a two-way monster. Second, his offensive bag was deep. Whether it was that signature fadeaway, the acrobatic double-clutch layups, or that automatic mid-range jumper, he was a nightmare to guard for anyone. Third, his shooting was surprisingly efficient. He shot over 50% in college, proving he could score at a high clip. Fourth was that terrifying hang time. He would jump before the defender and land way after they did. He looked so comfortable in the air, always finding the perfect look at the basket. Of course, Jordan wasn't perfect yet. On one hand, he was still a bit lean, lacking that elite strength for contact, needing to bulk up for the pro game. On the other hand, his range from deep was a bit limited. Even when he had an open look, he rarely pulled the trigger from three, preferring to take it straight to the rack. Plus, his deep obsession with baseball might distract his focus from the hardwood. But all things considered, it was like God built his body as the perfect blueprint for basketball greatness. At the 1984 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls used the 3rd overall pick to snag Jordan. Back then, the Bulls were a bottom-tier squad, coming off a 3-year playoff drought. The media barely paid them any mind, and broadcasters weren't interested in their games. But Jordan's arrival changed the narrative instantly. In just his 3rd game as a pro, against a lockdown Bucks defense, Jordan dropped 37 to spark a massive comeback win. And that was just the opening act. Only a month later, Jordan went nuclear again, torching the Cavs for 45 points, 7 boards, and 11 assists, securing another W for the Bulls. His legendary performances completely set the Chicago fan base on fire. Home tickets were selling out instantly, and TV coverage doubled from the year before. By the end of the season, Jordan put up a cool 28.2 points, with 6.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, and 2.4 steals. He was the undisputed Rookie of the Year and dragged the Bulls back into the postseason. Even though they were bounced in the first round, Jordan's electrifying run gave Chicago fans a real reason to believe their savior had finally arrived.